So I didn't think I'd get to be making this video so soon. It's been something I've been working on for a little bit, behind the scenes, I guess you could say, but I've been working towards it for a couple months now, and it started when I finally got the chance to race the ZX. So I got a chance to go to Power Cruise, and I ended up just launching it. And the moment I did that, I kind of got hooked on the idea of it. So I did that, and then I was lucky enough to find a no prep event at Lakeside, which the previous video to this showed that footage. Went out there. It was awesome. It was a new experience for me. I've done a lot of just circuit stuff, and I've gotten to drive around and race some mates and whatnot, but I've never actually, I guess you could say, drag raced. Dad's been bugging me for years and years to start doing it. I've never really done it. That was always his thing back in the day, but it was never really mine, I guess you could say. I've never really just done the leap and done it. So me doing it as of recently and getting into doing it, I caught the bug, I guess you could say. So I decided to just say stuff it and just take the jump. So I jumped online and ended up finding what I think is an absolute steal. It's already one of my favorite things that I've got. And I pretty much stole it in a way. I pretty much stole it. It's about as turnkey as you can get for what I bought. It's what I need to essentially unlock a whole new chapter for what I want to be doing. It takes a whole heap of stress. It takes a whole heap of strain off the ZX. I can now just use it as a Friday's Power Cruise, go out there, cruise, take it to some charity shows, to go to some car shows, and I can just let it rest a little bit and stop thrash on it so much, stop breaking it, I guess you could say, and I can now get into a whole new category. So, check this out. I am now the owner of 2011's New Zealand Modified Eliminators champion. It even sounds awesome to be able to say that, but it is literally turnkey. It is a fully complete, tested, design altered. It's proven a winner. It's won for years and years and years. The guy who owned it over here got it imported from New Zealand. He spent a bunch of money on it. He did a bunch of racing over here with it. He won multiple events with it. He did fantastic with it. And he decided to pull it off. So it used to be petrol carbed. And when it used to be raced as a petrol carb, it ran a 9 flat at about 160. So that's pretty surreal on its own, considering it's just petrol. But he decided to pull it from what he was doing, pull it from all the comps, pull it from the events, and he spent a bunch of money on it, making it mechanical injected methanol. So already that's probably shaved half a second there, which he, unfortunately for him, he never actually raced it with the injection and on methanol. Commitments got in his way and he had to part with it. So unfortunate for him, but awesome for me, as bad as that sounds. It has all the best gear, which for me is pretty nuts, because the car that I started with, which was a ZX, I had to just buy what I could afford. The stuff that I bought was never good. When I started, I was doing like a couple $100 a week, so it was just buy what I could, get it running. I learned the hard way that you essentially get what you pay for, and years go by, I've now just really gotten over that, in all honesty, because it's, I put a whole heap of power into it, and I still had $100 part from 2, 3, 4 years ago that let me down. So we're over all that with that now, but this car is something different to me. Straight off the bat, it's got everything you can pretty much buy MSD, which to me is already awesome. It's something we're familiar with. ZX is full of MSD, so the fact that this is MSD is awesome to me. It's just got name brand everything. Everything's Moroso, or it's Edelbrock, it's Enderley, it's anything you can name that essentially is a high brand this car's got. It's the motor itself is essentially just straight out of SCAT. So if you were to open a SCAT catalog of internal parts for a motor and just get one of everything, that's essentially this motor. It's got a solid roller cam. It's one of the best comp cams you can realistically get for it, for this kind of setup, and it's proven. So I'm super excited. I'm over the moon. In reality, it's like I said, it's turnkey. It's a steal. It's for the money I paid for it, for what I got. He also literally just threw in an enclosed car trailer. That alone was surreal to me. It's perfect for this drag, so it fits it perfectly. Unfortunately, we want to start taking a golf cart with us when we're going to go start doing it. And plus, I just want to have one trailer for both cars. Unfortunately, it's too narrow for the ZX to fit in it, so we will have to part ways with the trailer, which is unfortunate, but it's, yeah, I can't even describe how excited I am for it. The only thing that I know I have to do is just literally replace the belts. So the belts are out of date by about a year and a bit now, which at the end of the day, it is what it is. It's gonna get paint because I'm not much of a purple silver man, if I'm honest. So it's gonna be getting black. Pretty much everything I ultimately want to own will be black by the end of it. But it's pretty crazy. Even the trick little compartment box I've made, it's just MSD everything. Even just how clean everything is and how tidy it is. It's just, yeah, it's pretty surreal to me in the scheme of things. It's just perfect for what I'm chasing. So we're going to be going out there and we're going to be taking over basically where he left off. We're going to be getting straight into modified eliminators with the car. We'll be doing our take on it. We'll be changing a couple things here and there. Obviously, we'll be nut and bolt checking the car, but I pretty much want to get out there and just go. We're planning on sort of mid-year, so end of July, August, start of August, on getting out there and racing the car. So not much further away realistically than where we are now, but I plan on getting into it pretty hard. The car's dialed your own at 8. Which is already pretty nuts on its own. But yeah, we're going to be shooting for that mid-8. If we can run mid-8s with the car pretty much straight off the rip and I can get comfortable enough with that, it's going to be pretty exciting. And then from there, it's just going to be add more power and see how far we can go. So that's going to be a pretty cool adventure. I usually say a pretty cool challenge. I'm trying to learn how to do this. I'm sort of used to this kind of stuff where it's the car essentially gets driven like a street car. Goes to power cruise, it does 10 laps or 15 laps at a day and burns 60 to 100 litres of fuel. Put it back on the trailer, take it home, try and make it run longer, try and make it run cooler. Where this, on the other hand, is about how you make it faster, how you get it down the track, learn how to get the car down the track, which is something we're not really familiar with, I guess you could say. Well, I'm not, my dad is thankfully, but I'm not, so yeah, it's going to be a big learning experience, but I'm over the moon about it. I'm super glad I get to bring you guys on the adventure as well. You're going to be seeing at least me make a bunch of mistakes with the car, which I'm sure is going to be funny enough for you to watch. But hopefully you'll also get to see us out there and start actually causing some havoc with this car. So stay tuned, guys. I'm going to be filming a lot with this car. Just the adventure, how to get it to where we're trying to go, what we're trying to do with it. So do keep an eye on the videos coming up because it's going to be pretty exciting. Cheers, guys. I'll see you in the next one.